Hello, hello, gang. Tracy with Slingshot Health Coaching. As I promised yesterday, I was going to host this live to answer questions that were pre submitted regarding the group mental health program that's launching September 30th. This is a group opportunity to learn the fundamentals of mental health and all of the strategies, lifestyle habits, and changes that can take place within the home. This is an enormous passion of mine because I've been doing this work for over 15 years. And when a new client onboards, I find that the beginning of that experience is very commonly the same type of content. It's introducing that mom and sometimes even dads of the basics of like what is required for a healthy brain and brain function, what's essential for a healthy family dynamic, for nurturing good attachment between the family members, obviously from parent to child, but also sometimes even talking through sibling relationships. But this is the type of information that to me can absolutely have a tremendous impact on what we see as far as mental health challenge numbers climb. I'm not a huge fan of like saying mental illness or mental health diagnoses. I feel like, diagnoses are obviously super helpful for medical providers because that gives them an opportunity to hone in on pharmaceutical interventions that may help. But as far as an approach from a practitioner like myself who's functional and holistic, it's a little helpful to know what the medical providers in a person's story have deemed a diagnosis. It's certainly helpful for me, but I tend to pan out from a much higher level and get a much broader and holistic view of the person who is suffering, because there is logic to the suffering. There's answers to the suffering. There's a timeline there that gives strong, powerful insights into how it is that a person ended up in a mental health crisis to begin with. And then we get to, as we gain that perspective, we get to back into a reverse engineer strategy. We get to kind of start plugging holes and creating an environment that is conducive to better mental health. No different than if a plant is struggling. You're not just going to take a plant that's starting to show signs of distress and just, I hope you don't, you may, but I hopefully, like somebody who really cares about their plants, you're not going to just heave it in the garbage can. You're going to get curious around like, what's going on here with the plant? Do I have to repot this, put this in better soil, maybe soil that needs more drainage than the original pot had, or it's not getting enough, or it's getting too much sun, it's getting too much water, not enough water. I should be putting in, fertilizer and I didn't, or whatever the case may be. You get curious around the environment and why the plant is struggling. And I want to encourage everybody to do the same for us, for people. We have a soil of sorts that is worth looking at. So this group program is an opportunity to access this really powerful, transformative information at a quarter of the cost for my one-on-one services, number one. And number two, you get to cultivate these relationships in these small groups with people who are going through the same types of challenges that you are. And we all know that we can do bigger, harder things when we do it in relationship, in trusted, safe relationship. And that's what I am trying to create here with the group. So just a couple questions. Some of these are answered on the website, and that is my slingshothc.com. And if you click on the virtual group, mental health. So this fall cohort kicks off September 30th and it runs to November 18th. I actually shortened the duration to 8 weeks. I've taken some surveys and you guys gave me some great feedback, and taking it from 12 to 8 seems to be a more of a sweet spot for people's attention span, availability, and whatnot. It's going to be held on Tuesdays. There's an AM and a PM, but they each have to have a minimum of 4 participants, just so you know that. But it's either 10 to 11 AM Eastern Standard Time or 5 to 6 PM Eastern Standard Time. And of course, I'm always asked about the cost. And full payment is $897 for the 8-week experience, and then there's a payment plan, $347 over 3 months. And there's a couple little bonuses in there. You can read about that on the website. But so the question is, okay, what's included for that? It's going to be about 20 minutes of pre-recorded lessons that get dripped out to you every Sunday. There's some PDFs that you can download and keep forever as a really great resource as you navigate mainstream pediatric visits, mental health visits, general practitioner visits, whatever. There's going to be some great downloadable resources that you can have forever. So about 20 minutes or so of pre-recorded teaching, and then every week for 8 weeks, depending on which session you choose, we're going to unpack the pre-submitted questions about the teaching that you had consumed a few days beforehand. So again, this is going to comprise, I'd say, maybe the first 1 to 2 months of the one-on-one experience that I have with most clients, where I start to lay the foundation of education and accountability for changing the soil, so to speak. So truly, I mean, if you're even the slightest bit motivated to move the needle in either your mental health, or perhaps one of your children is struggling, this is non-negotiable information. I'm telling you, there is no such thing as a mental health challenge that is resolved fully with a pill. It just doesn't exist. I wish it did. I wish I could put a quarter in the gumball machine, pull the lever, pop the gumball in, and go off with my life, and everything's smooth. It doesn't exist. It takes hard work to kind of fall ill, and it takes hard work to back ourselves out of that. So we can reduce suffering exponentially if we get serious about examining the soil in which we live. So that's what the group is about. I'm really excited about it. This is an avenue and an aspect of my coaching services that I'm really migrating towards, because the more homes I can impact with this foundational training, the more we can start to really move the needle on how people feel in their brains and in their bodies. So if you have additional questions, though I addressed all the ones that were sent in to me through private messaging and email. If you have additional questions after watching this video, please just put them in the comment section there, and I'm going to run another live. Usually this is my time frame, Tuesdays 12:30, but maybe like once a month. But because the group is coming, I'd be happy to do another one next week. Actually, can't do next week. It'd have to be the week after to address any questions that come in following the review of this video. I really hope that you get excited about it. I hope you take this seriously. The time is now. This is going to be a great opportunity to, like I said, access this information that could change your reality, change the reality of your struggling child, and change the environment in your home. From my heart to yours.